Select a file.
I have to remember which one. I think this is... Yes. Almost exactly 2 hours.
Select your character.
Here I come, Sonic!
Okay, I had to get through the incredibly loud menu music so I actually talk about the game. So this is what happens when
Everything's working great!
when you're the first at
All
something.
systems go, full speed ahead. Uh-oh, what's this? No! Ah! I'm out of control! Mayday! Mayday! Going down! Ah! Look out below!
Boy, you're lucky I saw you come down. So what went wrong anyway? It's not like you to crash like that.
Yeah, it's just that I'm testing a new prototype power supply, and it's not fully compatible yet.
You can always borrow my plane, the Tornado, if you want.
Thanks, Sonic. But if I can make this work, it'll run circles around yours. Check out this power supply.
It's a Chaos Emerald! No way!
I was lucky to find one of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. They have unlimited mystic power. Now I want to harness that power to fly my plane. Let's go to my workshop in the Mystic Ruins, and I'll show you what I've been working on. We'll go to the station, hop on a train, and get there in no time.
Alright, so I said at the beginning of that massively long cutscene that this is what happens when you're the first of something. And I think that this game kind of falls into the same category that games like Mario 64 and a lot of other games that are the first 3D transition. You have to make a lot of the rules, and as a result, you don't get the benefit of making the right choices. This game does something really weird with its story where every character has its own script. Like, characters will say different lines.
Look, it's your jet anklet. Its jet power makes you fly faster.
I'm trying to think genuinely about Sega's first real attempt to do storytelling with Sonic. And I'm honestly wanting to give the credit to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because I feel like that was the first attempt to have like a diegetic story. But this is the first voiced, acted, animated, 3D modeled story game that Sonic has to work with, and as a result, they do a lot of weird things that just don't show up in other games, like video games in general. For instance, this whole different script thing where characters will have different dialogue depending on whose story you're playing through is fascinating because it kind of gives insight into how the characters think of each other. Tails' dialogue is a lot more detailed and drawn out, whereas Sonic's is a lot more short, blunt, making him look cool. And then you get characters like Knuckles who have very simplified dialogue.
It's Eggman!
Silence! I am Dr. Robotnik, the most cunning scientific genius in the world!
Yeah, right, Dr. Eggman.
Enough! I've been working on a master plan, but now it's time to put it to work!
That usually means trouble coming from you.
Don't even try to interfere this time. Give me that Chaos Emerald, or else...
Or else what, huh?
Or else I'll take it from you the hard way.
See, Tails says the retort in this version, where normally it would be Sonic. So Tails is remembering this differently. I think it's really cute. And honestly, I think it's a pretty clever way of adding variety to each playthrough and not making it just the same cutscene. Because otherwise the game would just be called lazy. But I think the problem kind of lies in the base design of this game is that it's got all these different worlds. I think like 9 or 10 actual environments that each character can explore differently. I'm playing as a character who can fly, which means I'm going to be able to explore all these environments way differently than Sonic can. And the level will be different slightly for me, but the idea is that we're all sharing these environments. And the problem with that is that you've got to create environments that can then accommodate 6 different characters, which I think works in that this is kind of a tech demo game and you can get away with that. But, you know, they refined a lot of the mechanics, split the story in 2 for Sonic Adventure 2 into simplified things, which I think is to the game's benefit. Characters get their own stages, no one's stepping on each other's toes. Yeah.
That was just too easy.
Gotcha!
Hey, he snagged it.
Chaos could use a little snack.
Who's Chaos?
That's the monster I saw the other day.
Monster?
Yes, it's really happening. Just like the stone tablet said it would. Hear this, Sonic. Chaos' strength increases every time I give him a Chaos Emerald. All he needs is 7 emeralds to become invincible. Then he will turn Station Square into rubble, upon which I will build the ultimate city, Robotnik Land. You ready, Chaos? Let's go on to the next level. Come on.
Thank goodness they're gone. Good riddance.
We can't let that monster get any bigger. It could get ugly.
You're right. Chaos must be stopped. And he can be if we keep him away from more emeralds, right? So what do you say, Sonic? Let's find the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does.
It's so funny because a big part of Tails' story in this game is him gaining independence from Sonic. So it's funny to have his character be the more vocal one in these cutscenes. Because it is him, at the conclusion of the story, remembering how much of a badass he was throughout the entire story. And how he earned his own independence. But you'll see how these levels differ between each of the different characters. Because we don't even play through the beginning act. We're already in the rail part. And Tails can just do this. It's very bizarre. Sometimes the levels don't feel fully accommodated for this, but the fact that you can do this is kind of amazing. It lends the game a sense of believable space. And I think that's what I love so much about this game. Despite how... Let's be honest, the story and the animations, and even the graphics, as updated as I've made them, are not... they can't be excused even with the age of the Dreamcast, because there are games like Skies of Arcadia on there. I mean, Resident Evil was on there. I don't know. But the thing that redeems this game for me is the fact that all of its environments are just so fun to explore, and the fact that the game lets you, and gives you so many tools to do so. Yeah, see, these are really short. It's just a race to beat Sonic.
That wasn't too bad.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Awesome. And I think we've got to go to the casino now?
Go to Station
Yeah.
Square. You may find something.
I'm trying to remember, actually. I guess while I'm here, I can go discover the other Chow Garden and talk about them very quickly. I had one of our stream viewers name our first Chow. But I think I'll just drop the egg off and explain the environments a bit. Chow are interesting because they come from another game by Sega, Nights into Dreams. The creatures in the background, you know, I'm sure a lot of this information is known by Sonic people if you've watched Cyber Shell videos, but I'm just going to repeat it as I'm explaining the Chow area. But they come from another game called Nights into Dreams, where background NPCs called Nightopians, or not Nightopians, oh, look at me, they're called A-Life, or referred to as A-Life, so how much I know. But the point is that they share a lot of the basic AI package that Chow have, or display at the very least, in this game. Can I actually get in here right now, or do I need an upgrade? No, I can. But the idea would be that you could return to levels and have this somewhat permanent progress happening in the background, with all of these different NPC AI characters growing and evolving based off what you do in the level. And this is just a more direct, interactive version of that. You can actually collect animals and fruits and all these other things to feed the Chow. And it's honestly just a fun minigame, just something fun that the developers had in their back pocket that they wanted to use. But it gives the game a lot of replayability because you kind of want to take care of these little guys and level them up and do the races.
The train headed for Station Square will be departing soon.
Alright, we're gonna go to Casinopolis. Casinopolis? Casinopolis. The Chow system was greatly improved in Sonic Adventure 2 because it would include a lot more like variations of Chow. You could have Hero Chow and Dark Chow, or at the very least have rewards for it. This way. And it's weird. Sonic Team has never brought back Chow, and I don't know why.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
I think the thing is that like a lot of Sega things actually.
Come on, Tails!
I'm saying that as I realize it myself, but Sega likes to experiment, but then kind of just drop ideas. Sonic is kind of plagued by that, I think. Like, you'll have Unleashed, and then Colors, and there'll be like some crossover in the gameplay, but it's like they have to come up with a new idea every game. They can't iterate.
Hey, hey, hey!
But it's weird, because the Chow Garden was super popular and people are asking for it, and I think there actually is a Japanese app. And I'm sure there's some way to get it on American phones. I'm sure fans have found some way. Oh, you can actually collect those bubbles? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't notice that.
You made it!
Playing as Tails makes you realize that most of these levels were made for Sonic, but there are levels that specifically feel like they were made for Knuckles, which is sometimes to the actual level's detriment, because it makes it a little harder to navigate. But it's interesting. This game is interesting.
What's that? The Chaos Emerald!
Get away from there!
Ah!
Nighty night!
Eggman!
I love coming through here as Knuckles and just seeing both Sonic and Tails sitting down,
Sonic,
idle.
what happened to the Chaos Emerald?
Eggman got one of them, but the other one's safe. He must be getting desperate.
Now the emerald count is 2-1 and Eggman's winning. Let's get a move on.
I think the reason behind the Cream cameo is simply because Sonic Advance was out, and that game had Cream? I'm trying to remember.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing
Yeah,
soon.
because I think Cream was introduced in Sonic Advance and showed up in the TV series Sonic X, and then appeared in this game and then Sonic X. I'm having trouble with the timeline. Oh dear. I think the idea of having levels that can be traversed by different characters has always been a cool idea. As another game I think I would actually like to absorb, like fully play through, because I never finished a full playthrough of. I think it's called Shadow Tactics. I should know it, but it's a top-down ninja game where you kind of have to move characters around this really dense Where's Waldo I Spy space with all these NPCs doing different things. And like everyone's on a different cycle, but
Come
it
on,
is super,
Tails.
super fun.
You made it!
And the idea is that no matter what loadout of ninjas you get,
Hey, hey, hey!
like one's an old man who can only snipe,
Hey,
he can't really
Tails.
jump or climb. You've got one who's an amazing
See you
climber
later,
who can go
Tails.
places others can't.
All right,
And then you've got like the tank who just busts down doors, but everyone can play through the level and complete it. And I like that.
All right, Tails! See you later, Tails!
And I guess that actually reflects Sonic's original design too,
You made it!
because you were able to play through it as Tails and Knuckles. And you even had Knuckles-specific paths.
Hey, hey, hey! All right, Tails!
Yay!
Hey, Tails! Hey, hey, hey! You made it! All right, Tails!
Oh man, I can't believe I missed that. I was aiming for it, but I got jostled off of it.
All right, Tails! See you later, Tails!
Sorry, this is just a really cool part of the level.
Hey, hey, hey!
All right! Yay!
I meant to do that. It was optimal.
Yeah! That wasn't too bad.
I'm trying to think of what design philosophies carried over into Sonic Adventure 2. Because the gameplay modes from, I guess I should say the characters from this game that survived into the sequel were Sonic, Tails,
The
I don't know.
train headed for Station
really
Square
Sonic,
will be
Knuckles,
departing
and
soon.
Gamma. At least their gameplay did.
Hey, Knuckles! What's up? What are you doing, Knuckles?
Don't mess with me now. Just hand over the emeralds you have. Quick!
No way, Knuckles!
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm
Give
gonna
it
see
your
if I can get
best
4
shot.
Onos.
Oh no. Oh no.
Whoa! Oh no, the emeralds!
And they're all mine.
I'm not the first person who has noticed this, but Eggman is way more sinister in Tails' version.
He's got the emeralds!
You two are bumbling idiots. You know that.
Hey, those are the Chaos Emeralds.
You are so easily tricked. All I did was wait for you to bring it to me.
What the heck is he talking about anyway?
Don't you realize when you've been tricked?
Tricked? No one makes a fool out of me.
Way to go, knucklehead!
4! Count 'em! 4 emeralds. I summon chaos. Come forth. Here, eat up.
Oh no! It's changing again! We gotta stop this fast!
Alright. I'm not a big fan of this boss, just because we have to fight it so often in this game. And I've said before, it doesn't really teach or iterate upon any of the things you've been taught in the levels beforehand. But it's interesting, in developer commentaries they talk a lot about how they wanted to emphasize the water aspect of Chaos because of the transparency of water. It was kind of the big draw of the Dreamcast was like, oh, you know, it's power. And being able to show off a transparent enemy like this was, I guess, really, really cool. Or they thought so anyway. So I get them wanting to kind of lean into the water aspect, but it sucks. Come on. just stalling at this point. He's so happy.
Behold my floating masterpiece, the Egg Carrier!
Still looks awful.
But it pales in comparison to the power of chaos. Adieu, until we meet again, my friends.
Hey, we can't let him get away. Let's get to my workshop and we'll take the tornado.
Yeah!
You guys go. I have some unfinished business to take care of.
No problem, Knuckles. We'll take care of everything here.
Come on, let's get going.
I've said before that my main exposure to Sonic was through the original Sonic 1 and a lot of the media. My first real exposure to Sonic was actually one of the original print text
Sonic,
books.
wait here for a second.
I think about Bunny Rabbit, but I, on a whim, found it on television. On a whim, found it at a video game store. Started playing it on, I think I started with Sonic Adventure 2, went to DX, got Mega Collection plus, Mega Collection and then Gems. And that was it. So a lot of my memory is actually of story-heavy interpretations of Sonic, and it's funny to see this game compared to those. I really, really miss Freedom Fighter Sonic. I kind of miss where Robotnik has taken over the world and Sonic has to fight back as like a... well, I don't want to say the word I want to say, but we'll say as someone who upsets the peace. But he's a delinquent, and I like that that is kind of built into his character. I don't know, his interpretation lately has been very much like, I fight for my friends. Yeah, I guess that works, but the Sonic I remember fought because that's just what he did. He was a hero because he was a hero. That was his title, that was his job, and he knew that he had to do it. But he was still going to be a smartass about it. I know this isn't like the most exciting minigame, or I guess sub-game within this within this main game, but it's interesting that this is an opportunity for you to really admire the model that they created for the Egg Carrier. In the same way that all the levels are designed to be explored by all the different characters, the game itself is meant to be explored fully. You're meant to, I guess less is more in this case. I am running into those. I keep thinking I'm kiting them. I think my favorite interpretation of Sonic, honestly, is... oh... I had a sure answer, but then I changed mid-idea. I'm gonna be honest, the setting of Sonic Underground was kind of awesome.
Way to go, Tails!
I love Sonic as a freedom fighter, and the fact that he's got like a family crew, I love that. Although I love found family criminal crews a lot, so maybe that was just building on top of it. But no, Sad AM was awesome. And really, the setting of the early Sonic games were pretty simple in that it was just nature versus machinery. But they still managed to tell a diegetic story, in a sense that you got the story through the game. But in this game, they have the opportunity to be cinematic and do stuff like this. And they don't nail it, but they're trying. You can see the gears turning, you can see them trying, and it's fascinating.
Wow, that dream brought back memories. I owe so much to Sonic. Sonic! Wonder where he went. Sure hope he's all right. The tornado's not powerful enough.
I sure hope he's all right.
If I'm gonna get that egg carrier, I need to finish my prototype. It needs a Chaos Emerald to work. Looks like I'd better find one fast.
Okay. You can definitely tell that the developers were proud of the environments they built. So it's no wonder that they wanted you to spend a lot of time in them. I think that's... From the beginning of the project, I think the team had a focused desire to make a really cool Sonic game.
Wow! There's a Chaos Emerald! Hey! Wait up! Stop!
They had the opportunity to work with some, at the time, pretty advanced hardware to make a game that, to the team, exemplified what made Sonic cool, what would bring him into the new generation of gaming, what would remain of his 2D essence. And this is what they chose. Ow. I do think that ultimately what made this game not as good as it... Well, how do I want to put it? I think the biggest flaw with this game is that it tries to do too much. Just flat out. Just too much. And it's obvious why they wanted to. And it almost feels like the situation warranted them making it this way. Like, of course they had to make the game this way if they wanted to show off the Dreamcast. But I think that in the way that Sonic Adventure 2 managed to focus more on the speed, treasure hunting, and shooting gameplay, if Sonic Adventure 1 had dedicated itself more to a couple core ideas instead of 6, it would have performed better.
But
But you can tell the developers were just excited. They went on a field trip to Aztec temples. So all these cool ruins, took all these pictures, and were like, we need to make a game about this. Like, this was awesome. The reason we even went down that dune hill was because they just saw some people sliding down dune
I thought I
hills.
was in the desert. I wonder where I am.
I guess what I'm saying is that there's a palpable excitement behind this game. Also, check out this hidden power-up that you can only get when you transport to the past.
You found the rhythm badge. To do continuous tail attacks, hold the action button down.
I only read a couple of the Archie comics, so I'm actually not too familiar with the lore there, outside of like the original ones that had, I think like 1 through 20 I've read, but it's weird. Yeah, having experienced these games
The
backwards,
servers are the 7
the
Chaos
story
Emeralds.
hits me differently.
Hello there, friend. How are you?
What were you saying before?
Huh. It's something my grandmother taught me. I'm never to forget it. It goes like this. The servers are the 7 Chaos. Chaos is power, power enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos. But I'm still not sure what it all means. But the number 7 is the same as the number of emeralds there are.
Emeralds?
Forgive
Come on,
me,
Tails.
but I don't think we've ever met before. I'm Tikal. And you are?
Whoa! Where's the bee?
Weird. Now where was I? Oh yeah, the Chaos Emerald. Perfect! This will get my Tornado 2 up and raring to go.
My goodness, the one thing you can always depend on a Sonic game for is a good soundtrack. That's the one thing that I can always be happy with every new Sonic game, even if it's not a title that I'm going to personally enjoy. I always know that I'm going to enjoy the music.
The time has come at last. This new plane should work a lot better. I've ironed out most of the problems. So, here it goes.
Here it goes.
Emerald, do your stuff. Ready, Sonic? Here I come. Tornado 2, clear for takeoff. Away we go.
See, you can see they're trying. The game ends up, I think, giving off a sort of kid playing with his action figures energy,
Carrier.
but it's kind of endearing. And I know that sounds very condescending, but I'm genuinely
There's Sonic.
I genuinely respect the amount of effort that went into this game.
All right, Tails. Way to go. This plane's cool.
I mean, I know Sonic Adventure 2 is the technically better game, but personally, I'll take Sonic Adventure 1 any day.
we nail those guys.
What?
You got it! Hang on!
Every time I play through this game, I wonder if there's ever going to be a remake, and I think the answer is going to be no. Mainly because I don't think... I said it earlier, I don't think Sega likes to iterate. I think the only reasons Colors even got re-released was because it was one of the most popular Sonic games. Like, you're not going to see Secret Rings getting remastered. Unless it did get remastered and I didn't know about it. Ugh. But it's hard not to feel like Sonic is a zombie at this point. He's become the corporate shill that he fought so hard against. But I do think that a remake of this game would be really, really cool. Because I do think there is something salvageable from this. I don't think this game is so bad that it can't be made
Hope you know what you're doing.
You bet.
generally
Watch
appealing.
this. Transforming now!
Whoa!
Let's do it!
Honestly, the first thing I do, highlight every level in this game, all the geometry, and just scale it up like 1.5 times. Like, just make every map a little bit bigger. Spend some time on the collision and the movement. I think the movement is a little too precise. Add a little bit of smoothing. Maybe some buffer. Update the graphics, obviously. I don't even think the world geometry itself needs to be altered. Obviously, these kinds of changes that I would offer would be not generally liked, I don't think. Maybe not change the size. I don't know. See, that's the problem. I said it before, this game is kind of like a tech demo. Remastering it is kind of like, I don't know, remastering a demo disc. If you're really good, you can actually one-cycle this boss, so you destroy it before it even shoots its laser, and it's really cool. Oh, what were you saying?
Coming in tight.
Tails, we gotta land on the egg carrier.
Oops. We got a problem here.
What now?
I forgot to put in the landing gear.
Whoa! Wow, this thing is really huge.
No time to gawk, Sonic. We gotta find Amy.
You're right, pal. Let's get busy.
When it comes to the Dreamcast, I don't think any other game better exemplifies it than Sonic Adventure. There's such a mood. It's... how do I describe it?
Don't get any ideas, Sonic. You have no idea what this vessel can do. How about I give you a little sample?
Whoa! Hey, it transformed! Did you see that?
Now how are we gonna get to the bridge?
I hate it when he doesn't listen to me.
I guess you weren't expecting that, were you? There's
Wow,
only
the
one
voice
way to
actor's
get to
into it.
Sonic, and that's through the sky, Dad. I doubt if you can make it. Ha ha! I dare you!
Just watch me. Bring it on, Eggman.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the animations aren't acceptable, even given the era. But the Dreamcast had a sense of adventure, mainly because it was just so weird.
So, this must be the sky deck, huh?
This must be the way to the sky deck. Yeah, I guess adventure is the best word to describe it. It's sad that the Dreamcast never took off, but I think that was just kind of the nature of the industry. The PS2 is a really hard competitor to be against, so... I mean... Plus the Xbox eventually came out, it was just... Yeah. Then the GameCube. See, this is actually one of the stages that I think was made for Tails. And it's actually one of my favorites for Tails, for that reason. Sonic, are you okay? I hear you spin dashing. Uh-oh. Oh, that's just really, really cool. But look at this. This feels like Gary's mod. Like I'm cheating and flying around the level with no clip. And the fact that the game encourages this is, it feels weird, but kind of satisfying. Unfortunately, it kind of contributes to the tech demo feel, in that it feels more like, hey, isn't this cool? Instead of it being like an actual narrative expressed through gameplay.
That wasn't too
Like, there's no real
bad.
flow to it. It's just kind of goofy. Oh, nice.
Yeah! Is that it?
Sonic, we should check out the bridge.
I used to spend a lot of time in these environments. Just walking around.
Sonic! Tails!
Ha! You're a bit late.
Not the birdie! That's a Chaos Emerald! No way!
Be gone, all of you. This is all I really need. Gamma?
What is your wish?
Whoa,
Master?
he's just here. I find it funny, if you're playing through Tails' story, the game's assuming you've played Sonic, so you know what
Get
Amy's
rid of these pests.
bird thing
Give
is.
them all you got.
But Tails has no idea what Amy is talking about. Like, what's going on with the
I'll
bird?
leave it up to you, Gamma.
What a cool concept as a character. I don't know why it took them so long to have the idea of, like, playing as a Badnik. The closest they ever got were characters that were, like, half roboticized, like Bunny Rabbit and some of the other characters later on. I'm struggling to actually think of the names. There's a couple. I actually think there's a brief moment in Sonic Underground
Please stop, Tails!
where they managed to get
Move
Sonic's
aside,
uncle.
Amy. Get out of the way!
Well,
No! This robot is my friend. He helped me. Don't hurt him.
Sonic lore is weird.
Okay, if you say so, you have your reasons, I guess. Hey, this ship is losing altitude!
Hurry, Tails! Take Amy and get out of here!
Well, what about you?
I'll find Eggman and put a stop to his evil ways.
Oh, I wanted him to say squash him. Am I gonna beat Tails' story in just 1 hour? I mean, I can do another one. Knuckles is probably an hour too. I might mess around in the Chow Garden a little bit. The audio?
That's Eggman!
Oh,
I wonder what happened to Sonic.
I wonder what happened to Sonic.
I'm finished. Chaos was defeated, and now my egg carrier is ruined. No matter. I will destroy Station Square anyway.
You could don't. He's a happy little guy. That is so weird. This is like 3D Movie Maker vibes.
If that missile is launched,
Ready? Fire!
Just interrupt his hero postulating. I think Skydeck is my favorite to play through as, or no, it's my favorite Tails level, but this last one,
Ah, no, it was a
Speed
dart.
Highway, is the
I can't
coolest.
believe this. I'll go and deal with this myself.
What's this fucking music?
oh no! I'd better get to that missile before he detonates it! I see it! I've gotta get it before Eggman! The fate of Station Square depends on me! Sonic!
Oh man.
I've changed a lot since I've started hanging with Sonic. But I can't depend on him forever. I know I can do this by myself. Okay, Eggman, bring it on!
You think you can keep up with me?
Yes.
What? He's caught up?
The way they balance Tails in these games has always been that you can only fly a certain amount before you get tired. But with these boost rings, it resets your stamina, so it makes these levels very trivial. Which I think... it does feel like baby mode. But again, as I've said before, giving you the ability to explore the environment freely like this feels very liberating. It makes me enjoy the game even more. It makes me want to interact with it. So much fun though. Let's see. This is a very interesting time for Sonic after the release of Adventure DX and Adventure 2 Battle. I'm thinking about Sonic X, the TV show in America. I think it also aired in Europe, but what a strange show. I remember recording it back when, like, DVR, TiVo was a thing. And I watched that religiously. I've probably seen every episode a good 4 or 5 times. It's also the same time that I started seeing the online community
That
grow.
wasn't too bad.
Oh no! It's Robotnik!
So you beat me to the missile, you little pest. I will make you all pay for this.
That sounded genuinely threatening. I gotta say, that's pretty sick.
You fool. Away.
Oh my god.
Before I make mincemeat out of you.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I
Holy
can do
shit.
this.
Get a load of this! No way! I can't believe this! Ah!
What an amazing boss fight. I mean, it's easy, but I'm just repeating myself at this point. It's cool. They're trying. Yeah. I'm thinking a lot back on my memories of this game, and they're tied with Sonic X, because at one point, the TV show and the games intersected. Like, the Sonic X, I should say, the Sonic X show started showing events from the games. And I was amazed when they started showing Sonic Battle stuff, because that's a game I actually enjoy, I've been conditioned into enjoying.
No way! I can't believe
Seeing Emerald show up in, like, official Sonic media is crazy.
He's not gonna get away with this!
I think it's good that they've simplified the cast. I'm actually really happy with the current mainstays of the Sonic franchise, and the IDW comic characters are legitimately cool. This new era of Sonic is, aside from the weird I fight for my friends energy, I'm digging it. I just wish he had a bit more edge. I wish he had a bit more attitude.
Hey, I did it!
What? He did a little dance. That was cute. Well, that's Tails' story. Wow. I knew it was going to be short, but I thought I might have to dedicate an entire stream to it. Honestly, I think I'm going to try and knock out Knuckles as well. I'm trying to build up a big backlog of games that I played on stream. Honestly, a big reason for this stream is so that I can play games that I haven't gotten around to finishing. But also, I've been starting with games that I'm familiar with just to get myself comfortable. Metroid Prime's about to be done. And you know what? I think The Outer Wilds was recommended to me. I might look into that game. I don't know if that's progression-based or if it's just one of those games you have to come back to every now and then. Well, I'm gonna let the credits roll, and I'm gonna have a quick bathroom break. And I might get a snack. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. These credits aren't too long. See you soon. I'm back, and it looks like the credits are still rolling. We've got another hour, so I think we can blow through the Knuckles story in that time. I'm gonna say it, I like the vocal tracks of the Sonic games. I know they're associated with the butt rock genre, but I enjoy it a lot. It's got an infectious energy. It's like one of those songs you put on when you're cleaning just to motivate you. Well, what a nice little character arc. I don't think it's told diegetically. I mean, the fact that you're racing Sonic is interesting, and that it's sort of like competing you against Sonic. But I don't know if that really communicates the journey of independence and self-realization. Still. Cute. Uh-oh. Where's my game? My game is not here. I will have to find the game again. Let me relaunch it. Here we go. Knuckles' gameplay would end up getting transferred over to Sonic Adventure 2, and I think that was probably the better choice over something like Tails. Just because Tails feels like Sonic with Tails.
Select a file.
But yeah, I think we can blow through Knuckles' story pretty quickly.
Okay, let's go.
I'll make the same complaint that the radar in this game is better than Sonic Adventure 2, but that's pretty well known at this point. But there's a lot of differences, I think, in this game that I want to comment on when we get.
As far back as I can remember, I've been living here on this dark island, always guarding the Master Emerald from anything that could harm it. I don't know why I was given this job, why it was my fate. Destined to be here forever. What the? What's going on here? Oh no! Something's happened to the Master Emerald! Huh? Who are you? Did you do this? Oh, I'll get you for this! Oh! Ah! Hey! No fair! Wait! What's happening to you? Come back here! Whoa, that was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Oh no, it's starting to happen. Without the Master Emerald's power, this whole island will fall into the ocean.
I was always confused which part of the level was the island, and I think it's the altar plus Red Mountain. And I think Ice Cap.
It's up to me to find the missing pieces of the Master Emerald. It won't be easy. Pieces flew off everywhere. Guess I'd better start looking anywhere I can.
Knuckles feels like a character that they ported over to 2 simply because they spent so much time on him. Like, the interaction with the walls is, I feel like, has to be so complicated code-wise that they didn't want to feel like they wasted all their time.
Knuckles, you should be able to get into City Hall.
Well, if you say so. I think most of the characters in Sonic Adventure 2 are faster, or at least they're... I think their acceleration is higher. So as a result, Knuckles can explore areas faster, but I'm almost kind of glad of the slower-paced exploration that's offered in this version, because you have the luxury of being able to pursue each emerald piece in whatever order you want.
emeralds can be found in items broken by a punch.
We just have to explore the area, grab some emerald shards, and that's it. Just take our time, soak in the sights. This is just, again, I enjoy the fact that the game lets you explore its environment. It's so proud of itself. I also think I just like the theming of these areas better than in Sonic Adventure 2. It's weird that transitioning over to more independent levels, like instead of having every character play through the same levels, they each have their own, it kind of makes levels like Knuckles and Rouge's feel very artificial, which is funny to say given that this level is fairly artificial, but I don't know. It's almost not therapeutic, cathartic to be able to explore these areas with a better moveset than Sonic. Alright, we just need one more. And I feel like I've done a full circuit, but let's check again. And it is nice that you can start to actually learn these environments. And I think that's what's endeared me to them so much. You spend so much time looking at every inch of this level. Is it you? Oh, nice.
Good enough.
There's just one guy in the background yelling. I love these hub levels so much. I want to spend time in the environment, pressing buttons, moving my controller, moving my character. If you give me the opportunity, I will explore your game. Don't put me in menus. Menus are boring. Well, that's not true. I like menus when they're made properly, but... No. Let me play your game.
No trains are currently in service.
This is a level that feels like it was made for Knuckles, but then it wasn't. I don't know how else to explain it, but so much of this feels like it was designed to be explored vertically, but then they had to actually make it navigable for Sonic, and ends up making it really, really weird. Yeah. Wow. That's actually good progress in this area. Usually I have to spend quite some time looking for the emerald shards, but... Did I get lucky and have them all on the bottom floor? That would be bizarre. But I actually really, really like the theming in this area. It's pirate ships and, like, neon lights and casinos. The developers cared so much. This asset was just going to be put in the rafters of this level, and they worked their asses off. Obviously, this is upscale texturing, but look at this. It's got fucking cannons. Oh, I forgot yeah, this is modded. That's not in the original. Okay, I'm fucking around. Let me actually find the emerald shard.
good enough.
Don't good enough me. Man, I don't know how to feel about Knuckles' new lore. I always missed the vague mysticism behind old Sonic.
Where in the world am I?
The constant battle of nature versus machinery. I feel like it's kind of devolved to good versus evil now.
But something about it is familiar. This is very strange.
You're telling me, bud. This is just another example of how much effort the developers put in. Why did they make this massive environment just for this one flashback? No, I'll tell you exactly why they made this environment. Dudes went to the Incan, Mayan, Aztec temples, saw all that, immediately came back and started making all these maps, and then thought, oh shit, we've got to actually like use these? Okay, well, we'll just use the first one in like a flashback scene. It's fine. I think this is the one where I've actually got to go back in through the tunnel to see Tikal talking to her dad. Pachamakadaka, or whatever. Pachamaka? Pachakamaka.
Father, please don't!
Tikal, the 7 emeralds are essential to our survival. It is for the good of all our people.
How can I make you understand?
Knuckles just in
Attacking
the
other
background.
countries, stealing and killing.
When your friends
Can't
have an
be the right
argument with
path
their
to
parent.
peace. No one has the right to take their holy grounds. I beg you, Father.
Huh? Now where am I? Back in Station Square, I see. What's going on here anyway?
That would be my response. What's going on here? Well, that was strange. Bye, Cream.
No trains are currently in service.
Oh, do I see Eggman here? Oh my god, this is the best cutscene.
Hey, it's Dr. Eggman.
This is cutting edge
What's he got
technology.
there? It's gotta be a part of the Master Emerald. Hold on! Come back here! Eggman, give me back the Master Emerald.
Knuckles! Oh, this isn't what you're after!
Dude, I want to eat here. This restaurant looks awesome.
You're right.
That's okay.
I know I'm
though.
right.
I can use you as a guinea pig to test it. Chaos! Chaos!
Chaos? It's that creature again. The same one I saw on my island. He was there when the Master Emerald shattered. I'm sure of it. He saved me the trouble of looking for him.
Okay.
Now I'll get him good.
Exposition over. Fight him.
Way to go, Chaos!
I do think it's cool. You get a special version for Knuckles.
Fine, give it your best shot.
Did you see that attack animation repurposed as a cutscene animation? That was beautiful. In Dallas, Texas, there is a big ball tower as part of its skyline. And I've been to the restaurant at the top. It's a revolving restaurant that gives you a big skyline of the city. It is quite impressive. And it reminds me a lot of this. Reunion Tower. Union Tower? Reunion. Reunion Tower. Okay, so I actually appreciate the fact that this boss does actually utilize Knuckles' techniques. Like, the fact that it's actually got a response to your punches means that this is more than just... Okay. This is more than just a bop the enemy on the head a couple times and pass the skill check. This is, do you know how to play your character? Oh god. Come on, come on. Can I hit you from behind? No? Interesting. I'm wondering if I'm cycling this wrong. I thought being farther would be better. Let me try being closer. No? Come on, buddy. What was that? What was that? This is the most interesting Chaos 2 fight I've ever had. Oh, I bet I know what's making this fight so weird.
Is that all you got?
I've got a lot of frame rate fixes, and I bet they're fighting with the DX version of this game. And it's throwing off some of the animations. Which is weird. I thought it would fix it. Oh well.
Ah, so what have you won this time? You have yet to see the true powers of chaos.
Yeah, that still doesn't faze me. You hear?
Now, Eggman has had a lot of cool
I know
exits.
something that might.
Like, he flies away in a mech.
About Sonic.
What? What about Sonic?
But his exit from this cutscene is probably the best.
He's after the pieces of the Master Emerald too.
What do you mean?
You're not the only one on a wild goose chase, idiot. Why should I ruin your surprise?
He just stops existing.
I wonder what he meant by that.
Knuckles just lets him walk away.
I'd better find
He
Sonic.
literally just turns around and leaves. My other favorite one is when he throws a smoke bomb, because
wonder
apparently they
why
just need to
Sonic
despawn the
is
model instead of
after the
actually showing
Master
it flying
Emerald.
away.
I'd better work fast.
See, these are the
and get
things
to
that
the bottom
happen
of
when you're on the
this.
cutting edge. This is what happens when you're the one making the first decisions. This is what happens when you're the one who gets to steer the ship. Oh, I bet I've got to go get... Not the cart. I need... No, I don't have the shovel claws yet, do I? Oh, they're right here.
You've got the shovel claw. Now you can dig through dirt and stone. Press the jump and action buttons simultaneously.
One of the weird things that I don't think really came back in later Sonic games was having all of these upgrades that kind of just attached to your character. By the end of the game, you look like a level 80 World of Warcraft character. Or, oh god, what level are we at now? 120? 140? 200? Jesus. Let's go destroy another monkey. It's so funny having humans in Sonic Worlds. I'm actually okay with it. I'm okay with humans and Sonic coexisting. But it leads to weird questions like, how are places like Speed Highway navigable? And I get it's a video game, but if you're gonna introduce humans, I'm gonna have to wonder how they live there. Actually, thinking about it, this game and Sonic Unleashed were really the only games that tried to give the humans a dedicated place. Sonic Adventure 2, Jesus, it felt more like city-themed zones, not like actual locations humans hung out in. You just blew up their cars.
This way.
Show me the way.
This way.
It was so surreal seeing Knuckles become the subject of a meme in VR chat for so long. The "Did you know the way" meme was... it's like reverse culture shock. Man, this is some of the best music and the best level theming, but it's probably the worst level for Knuckles just because it's so big. But man, it's like, this is the one level that would make all the cool trailer shots for the game. I totally did not pay attention to where that ball went. Whoa. You know, Sonic Adventure 2 gave us Pumpkin Hill, though. That level is so fun. And it's a very clear callback to this level. And oddly enough, I think it's better designed, mainly because it's actually got thematic points. That's the one thing I'll actually give Sonic Adventure credit for, is that the problems that arise in playing with the other characters in this game is that the levels don't feel like they're storied out for them. It kind of feels like you're intruding on someone else's story. Whereas in Sonic Adventure 2, each level is made to be each character's, so you get a satisfying narrative, diegetic experience for each character, for each level.
This way.
Whoa. I don't know if I ever remember this half-pipe being here. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't remember half of this area. It's all just kind of mixed together. Pumpkin Hill was way more thematic. Somewhere over here. Ah.
Good enough.
I only 100%ed this game within the past, what, 5 years? But it was mainly just getting those last few emblems in the Chow races, speaking of which. I want to grab this just for shits and giggles. Are you kidding? Oh my god. Okay.
Oh!
No. That didn't happen. That was just a vision of a past life. I said for shits and giggles, I just didn't think it would be at my expense. Do we even go to Ice Cap? I don't think so. We can just walk right by that. Oh god, I know what's next.
The train headed for
It's time to fight this dude for the third time.
Departing soon.
There's Sonic. Eggman was right. What's that in his hand? It looks like a piece of the Master Emerald. He has no right to have that.
I know he's being tricked into thinking it's an emerald shard, but I still think he'd be upset at Sonic for having an emerald in the first place. Pushes up classes.
Whoa! What do you think you're doing?
All right. Put him up. Hand over the emerald
All right.
now.
That's
Put
not
him
gonna
up.
happen, buddy.
Oops.
Oh no! Oh no! I've had it. Oh no!
Yeah?
Oh jeez! Oh no! The Chaos Emerald!
It's my favorite voice line. Ah, jeez.
What's he doing here?
I love that Knuckles' dialogue, or his script, is all simplified.
You guys are too easy.
Like, Tails is so verbose in his script, but in this one, Eggman's just like, haha, I got you.
A Chaos Emerald.
First come, first serve, they say. And you serve me too well for your own good.
You can't get away
Oh my
with
god.
this.
Who's the guy? That's not Dan Green, is it? I think that's later.
Knuckles, did you let him
Is this
trick
Pollock?
you again?
God, who's voicing Eggman in this? He is loving
Smooth
it.
move, knucklehead.
I've got 4 emeralds now. Here, Chaos. Come here, my hungry pet.
Now look what he is.
No problem. I'll make him eat dirt.
But isn't dirt weak to water? Whatever. I said this during the last fight, but it's interesting that they went with a water boss because they wanted to show off the Dreamcast ability to do transparency. And I feel like this boss fight is kind of a... I don't know, they felt like they had to have at least one water-themed fight besides the final one. It's just weird. It's just weird. Unintuitive. Oh, I need to remember to pick up that power-up in the Mystic Ruins jungle. I always forget it when I play this game. I'm sorry I can't offer much commentary. I've kind of said all I can about this fight. It's just, it doesn't do anything that the game does before or after. Nothing in this boss fight acts the way it does in other parts of the game. Hello? Knuckles had to take a little break there.
that all you've got?
Nice. That should be the last time we have to deal with that. That's interesting. I can see the water effect overlaying that UI element. It's kind of a peek into how they do that UI. Like, they load in the base texture, and then they just load in bubbles on top of it to replace it.
Behold my
Oh my
flying
God.
fortress, my creation, the Egg Carrier.
No amount of AI upscaling is going to fix that.
Power is yet to be unleashed. We shall meet again.
What a sick song to exit out on, though. Like, Eggman always gets the coolest themes.
Hurry, Sonic! What are we waiting for? My workshop's closed, so let's get the tornado and go after him.
Good idea.
Hey, Sonic. You go on ahead without me. I have some things I need to take care of.
No problem, Knuckles. We'll take care of everything here. Let's move.
I've got a mod that adds moving mouths to the
better hurry.
overworld models.
I'd better hurry.
I can't really see it.
I've got to find the Master Emerald.
What a weird delivery. Okay. Now, I used to cheese this all the time by just walking on top of the jungle. And if you're good enough, you can get all the way there without falling onto the trail. Okay, I'm gonna drop this here, because I know where the other one is, and then go quickly grab this power-up. But this environment in particular feels like one of the ones that they spent a lot of time on, because it feels, I don't want to say it's over-designed, but it's complicated on purpose, but only in a way that can only be done as you add on to it little by little. Actually, a lot of environments feel like that. Despite how little time the developers had for this game, it's obvious that they were crafting each level with a level of care. Oh my god. Oh, that was awesome.
Now you've got fighting gloves. To store up power, hold down the action button. Now you can do the maximum heat Knuckles attack.
I think I need enemies nearby, but interesting. Got no real commentary for that attack. It's just, it exists. Alright, so, we need to find a little alcove. Here we go. It was not that easy when I first played this game. I remember quite vividly exploring all over the map. Actually, I spent a lot of time in this jungle for fun. I'll admit it. I like to act out little stories in this game when I was a kid. I mean, the environments were so diverse, and you could explore every inch of them. It was a perfect backdrop.
I'd better hurry.
Now, this is a level that I love the theming of. And I like that a lot of the textures are actual texture, like photos of Incan, Mayan, Aztec temples. It's just, it's got Labyrinth Zone syndrome. It's really frustrating to navigate sometimes. As Sonic especially, Knuckles gets a kind of pass in this area by being able to glide, but even then, it's Where?
It's no use. It's no use.
Oh, you know what? I bet it's below. Oh. Well, I can't get there. Oh dear. As you can see, this game was plagued with a lot of technical difficulties that I think are not entirely of its time. I said before, it's a little inexcusable, the animations and the stilted voice acting.
It's no use.
Am I tripping? What is going on here? Am I the tripping? I feel like what my error here is that I'm not finding the path underneath this area. But it's right there, huh? Oh. What hurts is that these same issues would pop up again in the 2006 Sonic game, which is even more unexcusable. This is, I think, not where I want to be. Man, you want to talk about I want to talk about inexcusable. That game is, what's disappointing is that it is so obviously in a beta state. Like, it's got that feel of MMO openness, but like, before they place any of the buildings down. Everything feels like it's just made out of basic geometry. It's so weird. Oh, you little bastard. Oh my god, that scared me in real life. Is that getting closer to me, or am I getting closer to it? Ah, I see.
Let's go. Found it.
Trying to think of all the Knuckles levels, I think.
Good enough.
Man, Skydeck might be my favorite again, just because it's so weird. The more I think about it, the more I think that the Knuckles levels being specifically designed for him is to his gameplay benefit.
Where am I?
I guess I just like it the way it is here because I'm so used to it.
I beg of you, hear me now. My father is coming here soon, and I fear what may happen. You must take everyone away from here. Oh, please. So, are you saying you can't leave this place? I understand. Let me talk to my father again. There must be a better way to do this.
See, I'm trying to think back on my own memory as to what the lore behind Chaos was. Because I think it's implied that he's one of these Chao that's mutated.
I won't let you down.
But it's hard for me to know if this was a primer for more lore, or if this was just them having fun with the material they had. Because I mean, Knuckles and Sky Sanctuary always had sort of an ancient theme, so having it be sort of themed after the ancient Mayans and Aztecs, it made sense.
What? I'm back in front of the altar.
So I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if they're just using the gimmick of
beginning to blow
the
my
environment,
mind.
or if they were genuinely trying to start some interesting
Wait a minute,
lore.
I remember. The broken pieces of the Master Emerald. I have to restore them to where they belong.
Man, we are gonna finish Knuckles' story. Awesome. Well, once we do that, I'll let the credits roll so I can do another bathroom break. And then we're gonna play some of that Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, the demo.
It's still incomplete. I need to find the remaining pieces, wherever they are. Hey.
I'm
Look,
sorry, did the Master Emerald have a
it's
fucking
Eggman's
computer
flying
blip
fortress.
noise?
That's where the rest of the pieces must be. But I don't know where that ship is. Hey, isn't that one of Eggman's robots? I know. I'll follow it back to Eggman's base.
He stops before the cutscene ends. I love that.
Here I come, Eggman.
I said it before, this game has very much the feel of a kid playing with action figures, but I love it for it. I've spent a lot of time with the actual models of these environments because these actual levels are all one like model. It's really weird because Sonic Adventure 2 would be a lot more prefabricated. It would have a lot more kind of similar pieces jammed together to make longer levels, which fine. That's the nature of developing more advanced Sonic games. You need more level, so fine. But the handmade quality of this game really stands out to me. There's some Japanese... Look at me. Listen to me, I sound like a dad. But there's some Japanese art that is wood carvings in these little dioramas, but it's meant to be visible from either side, either the front or the back. So it's about creating something that's detailed on both sides. And it's that kind of consideration
Just
for
what I
3D
thought.
space that
Time
makes
to make a house
this game's level design fascinating.
Now we'll see who's so easily tricked.
You get him,
The
Knuckles.
emeralds are here somewhere. What's going on? Ah, this thing's always changing.
Okay.
I I sense the Master Emerald.
Oh my god.
It can't be far from here.
This must be the way to the sky deck. Okay, this is just wacky. This is so dumb. I love
Either
this so
push
much.
or pull the lever to control the ship's tilt.
Oh, come on. Come on. What the hell?
Either push or pull the lever
we go.
to control the ship's tilt.
Okay. So I like checking these top ones first, just because they usually have one. Another thing I like about Sonic Adventure 1 levels is the fact that they kind of play around with the background setting, or dressing. So, it's just... Oh, well, let me look at the rest of the level at least. There we go. It's basically Sonic's version. This is actually the one level where I think where the game doesn't feel like it's intruding upon another player's space. Like, it feels like this was a genuine area that both Knuckles and Sonic had different ways to traverse. The cartoon splat effect. Oh my god.
The last missing piece. All right. Now, to restore the Master Emerald. Huh? Oh no, not again.
Knuckles,
What is
out
the
of all
meaning of
people,
this?
this should be important to you. This should be, like, dramatic. This is what makes me feel like this was more just a gimmick of the environment. And, I mean, it's not that it's bad, it's just... I wish... I miss
Hey,
Knuckles
what
being
happened here?
guardian of the
couldn't
Master
stop 'em.
Emerald.
They came, and my father... I had no idea how bad this would turn out. I'm shocked.
Look! It's the Emerald! Wait! Is this a dream? It's more like a nightmare.
Oh my god, dude. Knuckles confirmed for LiveJournal user.
I finally found all of the missing emerald pieces, but I still can't figure out that creepy monster. Huh? What's that?
What? I don't... What? What? Oh my... Voice acting. So weird that they changed the arena just for Knuckles, but I bet they did it so that it forced you to use your glide. I hate you.
Hey, Sonic!
Hey, Sonic.
There you are, Knuckles. About time.
I will return!
Eggman, come back!
let Sonic handle it from here. He'll do okay. Now, I must return to Angel Island and the Master Emerald.
I must go now.
No,
my planet needs
it can't
me.
Be. I guess he didn't get enough the first time. You can't stop me from restoring the Master Emerald.
Okay. Oh, can I do the charge up punch and do more damage? If I can do it right, maybe. Oh, that's awesome. And loud. Awesome song. I'll actually admit, I'm not a big fan of most of Chaos's boss themes. I think this might be the only one that I like.
Is that all you got?
It's supposed to be formless and amorphous like him, but it ends up being a little bit hard to listen to.
Yeah, you're finished. What's left now is to return the Master Emerald safely to my island.
Awesome. I think that's Knuckles' story. As far as all the characters go, I think it made sense that Knuckles ended up surviving into the sequel. It makes sense given his gameplay is exploration-based. It makes a nice contrast to the speed-based gameplay of Sonic. I just wish they didn't have to
and the island have been restored.
sequester exploration to Knuckles. Like, I want Sonic to be able to explore too, but he just feels like a race car now. So cool. Even though it's got, well, it is early 2000s graphics.
I'll probably be on this floating island forever.
Nah. Man.
Guarding the Master Emerald again.
It really was. He was such a fascinating character, Knuckles.
I may not know the whole story behind this, but perhaps it's better that way. I'm at peace once more.
I'm gonna go ahead and put us on our BRB while these credits roll. Gonna refill my coffee and water and use the bathroom. Probably 10 minutes. Yeah, that should be enough time. And then we'll get started on Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero. Thanks for tuning in.
right, then the worst left. Born